wanna be more like you. Each and every day, I want the peace of mind. While I run this race, I wanna be in your will, in your will, in your will. I wanna be more just like you. I wanna be more like you. Each and every day, I want the peace of mind. While I run this race, I wanna be in your will, in your will, in your will. I wanna be more just like you. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to come. I'll wait through my situation till you give me my revelation. I'm not where you want me to be, but my love for you is continuously. I'm striving for better now and forever, so I can be better, so much better. I wanna be more like you. Each and every day, I want the peace of mind while I run this race.
That's right, man. That's Maurice Griffin. What I want to be more like you. Jesus, I tell you, wow. And I want the peace of mind as I run this journey. I like. Hey, you're tuned in live right here on the KFWL 24/7, your global gospel source station with yours truly, the King's daughter, Naomi. I tell you, I don't take it for granted. It is always a privilege and an honor to be here with you. And again, I told you, we got Ruth La Ontra coming with us today. This 20-something year old sensation. I think she done grew up a little bit since I talked to her. How you doing, sis?
I am wonderful. How are you doing?
I am doing awesome. Miss Ruth, it's so good to have you today. Tell the listening audience a little bit of your history. Tell them who you are. Those that never heard of Ruth La Ontra, just let them know a little bit who you are.
Okay, well, I'm Ruth La Ontra. Off stage, I'm Ruth La Ontra Jones. I'm 23 years old. I'm from North Carolina. I'm signed to Ty Scott Records. I released the album November 2013 entitled So Good. We released it everywhere. It was in Walmart, everywhere in stores and online. I'm a praise and worship leader. I attend Come As You Are Evangelistic Center, where my pastor is also my grandmother, Evangelist Lydia Jones, and my co-pastor is my dad. I'm the youngest out of 3 children. I have an older sister and an older brother, and I have 5 nieces. One passed away, and I have 1 nephew, and he's spoiled. He just turned 3 months. And that's just a little bit about me. I play volleyball. I love Chinese food. I love all older movies, Lion King, Annie, Wizard of Oz, all that good stuff. That's just a little bit of my history, my background.
That's awesome. You got an awesome background. I'm telling you, grandma, you got the pastor, the daddy, the co-pastor. You got to tell us a little bit about that. She's a PK for sure. Give us a little bit of background on your upbringing, coming up in the church, for those that have never came up in the church, and for those that have, just share your experience.
Well, yes, I'm definitely a PK, and I had no other choice but to go to church. When I was growing up, I didn't have a choice whether I was going to church or staying home. You know, nowadays, this generation after me, they have their parents give them choices. You going to Bible study? You going to Sunday morning service, or you going to stay home? And they choose to stay home. I didn't have a choice. I was getting up whether I wanted to or not.
Come on now.
Going to church. And so I guess, well, not I guess, I know that's why I'm being the woman I am today, the God-fearing woman I am today, because I had a great upbringing. My parents, my grandparents, my aunt, and they didn't give me no choice. They didn't give their kids a choice. They didn't give any of us a choice. We had to go to church. So I'm thankful for that, because a lot of people can't say that. And I'm fortunate to be one of the ones that can. So I had a great upbringing.
But Ruth, what separated you? Because a lot of young people get, we get rebellious when you feel forced to go to church, if you will, or made to go.
I guess humility.
See?
I never really gave any back talk about. Anyway, I love going to church. I loved it. I know it may sound weird.
So you were special.
I was young back then, but I love going to church, and I still love going to church. So I think that's what separated me from every other young person my age. I actually loved going to church, whether I was forced to go or not.
Right. Well, that made a difference too. I think maybe you just had a heart for God at a young age, and that's what it is. Because even me, I was raised in the church too, but I do remember getting 16, and I told my mama I ain't going no more. It ain't helping you. I ain't going.
Yes, see, I never said that. I never said I wasn't going to church. If I didn't go to church, it was because maybe 3 years ago, starting on the road, traveling and having to sing at churches on Sunday morning. That's really the only time I missed going to my church. And even if I did miss going to my church, I was at somebody else's church singing. So, I never missed a Sunday morning service, I don't think. Not that I can remember, anyway.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. And you're 23 years old, and you love it, going strong for Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. That is awesome. Now, Ruth, is there a time you felt like maybe you was missing something like these kids feel?
There probably was a time I felt like I was missing something when I went through the period of losing my auntie. I think I felt like I felt kind of alone, even though I knew I wasn't alone.
Uh-huh.
And God, in that moment, God had to really show me and really let me know that I wasn't alone, that He loved me. And that was a time that I really had to trust in Him and put all of my trust and all of my hope and all of my belief and all of my faith in Him, because without Him, I wouldn't have been able to do it, because, without God, we can do nothing.
Right.
So at that time, I felt like that's the only thing I had to do. I couldn't do nothing else but to, depend on Him. And by me depending on Him, He filled me up with His unfailing love. So He filled that void very quick.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, you have an amazing story. And so that was basically one of your times that I remember you sharing that story with me once before, and I'm sure there's somebody on here that probably haven't heard it, but you want to go ahead and share that? That was one of the darkest times you said in your journey so far, right?
Oh, yes. November of 2000, not November, it was in 2013 or 2010. It was 2010 I lost my aunt. And I was just graduating high school. I had barely graduated yet, and all of a sudden she got sick. They found blood on her brain, and it was a tragedy for us because it was very unexpected. She just said she had a toothache or a headache, but come to find out, they took her to the hospital, and it was blood on her brains, and it was an aneurysm.
Jesus.
So they flew her to Chapel Hill, and it seemed like from there everything went downhill. I guess you could say she went into a coma. She didn't talk, she didn't know, she couldn't hear us and do all that other stuff, but she couldn't, say, hey, Auntie, or hey, Ruth, my mama, or whatever. She couldn't do anything like that. So I think 60 days, or it was 60 or 90 days later, she passed away. And that right there was one of the toughest times for me, because I was like, what in the world am I going to do? I'm used to seeing her every day. She lived right next door to us. So I'm like, what in the world am I going to do? She had me so spoiled. She had my brother spoiled, my sister. all of us. She had everybody full. So that was really one of the toughest times for me. Like I said, I really had to depend on God, because no matter how many people came up to me and hugged me and, was there, it got worse. I was like, y'all, please, just give me some time. I just need some time to myself. Like, every night for 2 years straight, I cried myself to sleep. I had dreams about it, and the enemy really tried to torment my mind with that. He really tried, but of course that did not work. He really tried to get me down, so I just started writing songs, and 3 songs came from that. And it's some more songs that's going to be on my next album that's really showing how God gave you the victory throughout all of that. Because last year I lost my baby niece. My sister-in-law, she had her, and she died. I think she died while I was holding her. Everybody tried to say that she died somewhere, but I think she died in my arms. And we went through another trial period of that. And it was just a lot of stuff going on within the last years. But, God is really good. The more I get closer to God, the more I stay in His Word, the more I read, and the more I pray, and the more I spend time with Him, He's really starting to build me up and build my strength and build my patience and my faith. So I give God all the honor and the glory, because, like I said, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, my mama was there, my daddy was there, everybody was there.
Right.
But I was just like,
it took God Himself.
It was making it worse.
Right.
So, in times like that, it may not have been like a loved one people have lost, but in times like that, in every single period of our life, every second, every minute, every day, every hour, we have to realize that we need God on our side, because without Him, we're just like a ship without a sail. We will sink and we will fail. So I give God all the honor and the glory for that.
That's good. Well, I definitely want to just assure you, you ain't missing nothing out here. I haven't been out there either, but I was told the same thing. I ain't missing nothing, so I believe them, Ruth. And I share it with you. Yeah, you ain't missing nothing out here. We ain't missed a thing. You hear me?
Nope.
Serving God has been a blessing, and I've had a blessed life as well. That it's nothing like finding your purpose in life. And so I'm honored. I'm honored to be here on the radio, able to give an outlet and share. December the 6th, there's an event coming up. You'll be a part of it. We want to talk a little bit about the Youth Prayer Walk. Can you talk a little bit about that coming up for us in Selma?
I'm really excited about it. This is my first time actually being in Selma, Alabama. I've been in Alabama before, but it wasn't Selma. I'm excited about it. I believe my generation, we really have a call and a purpose on our lives. And I believe that if we just realize the potential that we have inside of us, then we could be a great generation. A lot of my generation, they're very hard-headed. But I think if they just had people to, lead and guide them along the way and have patience with them, because my generation, I will admit, we're a hard pill to swallow. I will admit that. So I'm excited about this event going down in Selma, Alabama. I'm excited to be a part of it. And I just think we're going to have a really, 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 really great time. I believe in my generation, and I believe that we have something great inside of us. So, yeah, I'm very excited about it.
That is wonderful. Well, you'll be there hanging out with Dietrich Hatton, Todd Delaney.
Karina's going to be there. Todd Delaney. Yeah.
Shay Taylor. Shay Taylor and all those guys. I tell you, I just want to give a shout out to Faith and Management and Apostle Vera Howard for her heart and allowing God to use her. Yes, allowing God to use her to, see the vision and walk it out so that it come to manifestation. And you all going to have a good time. I won't be able to make this one, but I tell you what, I know y'all going to have a great time.
Oh, we're definitely going to miss you.
Yes. Y'all keep me in prayer. I'll be having a surgery procedure in November the 19th here. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I won't make that one, but God's going to bless it. I'll be all right. There'll be other ones, but I definitely want to help promote this one. I want the people to go out and, bring your youth out. Bring your youth out. Now you were a youth in church. I'm just going to talk a little bit. You were a youth, still is young adult. How do you think young adults would like to come to something like this? Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's going to be fun. And I think they're gonna love it. Stuff like this. I think my generation before me, generation after me, music really gets their attention. I know music gets my attention.
Right.
Like, you can talk all day long. I'm like, okay. Like, don't get me wrong. I love talking to people.
Right.
And I love hearing, people talk. But it's just something about music. My generation is involved around music for some reason.
Right.
So I know it's going to draw a lot of young people out there because, Dietrich and Todd Delaney, Sarita, Shay Taylor, and myself, we're going to have a great time, and I'm just ready for it. And I'm sure all the other young people around that area, they're ready for it as well. And
I'm sure your generation probably, they know Dietrich Haddon, who he is, right? I know
yes,
who he is.
Yes.
Dietrich is the bomb. I'm telling you, I love him.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is, And so I just believe that he would make y'all going to make a great deposit into the youth that show up to this event, especially you, because you are just as young as them. So I want you to go and let your light so shine bright so that, so that your good works can be seen, because you're amazing. You were an indie artist. I mean, you say you always sung though, right?
Yes.
You've always sung. And then now you're on a record label. You got your first album out. Is this the first one? First album. Yeah, you said you started with an EP.
Album.
Let me go back. I was looking at your bio, right? So you had you created your own first EP, which was 3 songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was "I Love That Man." Now, I ain't never heard that song. You ain't sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I hear it's in a movie.
Oh, man, you have to get it. I have to send it to you.
Yes. Now you're going to have to sing that one some a cappella, because I need to hear some of that. I'm like, dog, that's going to be tight. She talking about Jesus, y'all. But anyway, I just thought, wow, and it's in a movie. Is the movie out yet?
Yes, it was in the movie Iniquity. It came out. It was a part of the CD soundtrack.
Oh, okay. You feel like doing a little bit of it?
Okay, let's see. I left you to be with this guy. I needed someone strong in my life. Please don't be mad. Just know this is what I had to do to make my life be true.
Wow.
He amazes me, protects me, takes care of me, my everything. I'm in love with this man. I'm in love with the man who holds the world in his hands. His name is Jesus. 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 I'm in love with this man who holds the world in his hands.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is amazing. Wow. I like it. Yeah, you got to send me that. That's beautiful. Wow.
I will. That's one of my mom's favorite songs. It's her favorite song, actually.
What was the other song that was on there? I know it was Count It All. No, that wasn't on there. Count It All Joy wasn't, right?
Yeah, Count It All Joy was on there. Count It All Joy, In Love with This Man, and Speechless was on there.
Oh, okay. Now, wait a minute. Can we go purchase them?
Yes, they're a part of that album as well. So Good.
Oh, okay.
And,
so maybe I just go purchase the whole album. How about that? How about that? How about I purchase? I really try to, I can't buy all the artists' music because I deal with a lot of artists, but I at least try to, and this may sound small, but I got a small budget right now, but I try to at least try to do $10 a month in somebody's, even if I buy 10 singles or somebody's project. Sometimes I go over budget. Most of the time I go over budget.
Most of the time.
Most of the time I go over the budget, but I said $10 a month. That add up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But anyway, that is beautiful. And then you have, the album is out. All three of the songs is on the album? They're part of the album. Okay, great. So I won't miss nothing. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing. That is wonderful. Well, hey, today is Veterans Day. You have any veterans in the family?
My uncle is.
You want to give a shout out for Veterans Day? I'm a veteran too.
All of them. Thank you so much for all the work you do for our country. And a special shout out to my Uncle King. That's my mom's brother.
Oh, okay. That is so good. Man. I don't know why I can't find your song. I know I have it. I know I have it. But that's good. Well, thank you so much for the shout out. And this is the devil. Okay. But that's good. Thank you so much for the shout out. I want you to tell the listening audience a little bit about where you're headed. Where are you headed in your musical career? And what they can expect coming soon here.
You can expect another album, and this album will be live. It's happening March 18th in Durham, North Carolina. We're going to have all the other details really, really soon. My producer is Anthony Brown. He's also my label mate, my brother, so I'm really excited about that. So you can be expecting a live recording next year, and of course I'm going to be doing tours and all that good stuff following behind the album coming out and releasing. And I'll be visiting different cities. I have New York coming up. I have, of course, Selma, Alabama coming up. I have Niagara Falls coming up, and a lot more other dates coming up. So if you follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm now on Periscope, on Snapchat at Ruth La Ontra. You can follow me there, and I have everything posted in what you need to know and what city I'm going to be in and when the live recording is happening and all that good stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, talk to the youth. I know there's Selma, Alabama had, they got some history there where they did marches prior to. Are you familiar with that? A little bit of it?
Yes. I know a little bit of it.
Just a little. That's okay. The only thing I want you to share is what you do know. I want you to share with the youth basically what happened in Selma, and then a little bit about, why this youth prayer march is going to be awesome.
A lot of things took place in Selma, Alabama. I believe that's where a lot of the, I won't try to make it a racist issue, but
right.
That's where a lot of that kind of stuff took place. A lot of stuff happened on the streets of Selma, Alabama. People, getting beat up and all of that kind of stuff. So I believe that this prayer walk is very important for our youth to come out and to be a part of, just so they can get covered and be covered as when they're walking on the streets and when they're going all over Selma, Alabama. They need the protection and all that prayer covering them and guiding them. Because even though it happened a long time ago, stuff is still happening today. And it's very important for our youth to get involved and to know their history and to know the background that they come from. So this prayer walk is going to be it's really good. I'm so happy for Apostle Brother Howard, and I'm pushing her 100%. I'm supporting her 100% and going behind her with this event because it's an amazing event.
Right. I think so. Man, I love it. I love the fact that you all are doing this and you're willing to do it. So that's a blessing. Okay. So you got, tell us a little bit about your musical journey. I mean, you were, 21 when you got signed to Ty Scott record label?
I sure was. I was 21 years old. I never knew I was going to get signed this quick. I was just like, when it happened, I was like, wow. And then after that, after I released my first album, that's when the 2 Stellar nominations came about. New Artist of the Year and Traditional Female Vocals of the Year. I was like, God, you better do your thing then. And he was just blowing my mind and blowing my family's mind. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I never knew it was going to, happen this quick. I did know it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen this quick. So my musical journey, it's been a hard-working journey, but, without hard work, you don't get the real results that you want to see. So I don't mind putting in the hard work and putting in the long hours and the sleepless nights to, put out what God has placed in me.
Girl, you ain't going to sleep at night?
When I was working on my album, no, I had no sleep at all.
Really?
I sure did not. I didn't go to sleep because I was in the studio working really hard, trying to get music put out. And then, after the album came out, we had to do different cities as far as radio and promoting and all that good stuff. So it was a lot of long nights. I slept when I could sleep.
Right. So,
but I do it all over again because it was all worth it. It was worth every bit of it.
Right. There's a lot of rehearsal time in there we don't talk much about, right?
Yes, a lot of rehearsal, a lot of preparing, a lot of prepping, and a lot of stuff afterwards. As far as rehearsals and getting stuff out, photo shoots, and all that good stuff. Right.
That's awesome. I know a lot of people see you on stage. They don't know what all you do behind the scenes. And it's like...
Right. And all that stuff, and you have to make sure somewhere in that day, before you end that day, that you spend time with God. So...
Wow.
Yep. So, it was a long day. It was long days and long nights.
So was it a hard transition for you? I mean, going from, being in church all the time and then going on the road?
I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was kind of new.
It was an adjustment.
I've been in the music industry for a long time. I haven't been in the music industry as an artist, but for 3 years. So it was new, but I embraced the newness, and I just went along with the flow.
That's
so
good.
It was kind of easy.
That's good. You just understand that comes with the territory, and I think I remember talking to you before. You said you were you are your youth praise team. I mean, you're the praise team leader, right?
Yes, I'm a praise team leader. I'm one of the choir directors. I'm over the junior choir. I was a Bible Sunday school teacher, but I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to give that to somebody else. No, I just stick with the music and the directing and getting kids' voices right. So.
Right. Oh, that's good because you can't do it all, and you be gone a lot of the times too on the road.
Right.
So that is excellent. That's excellent. So talk a little bit about your relationship with your leadership and being on the road. How does that work?
My relationship is great.
That's
with
right.
My pastor, with my dad. Well, my dad goes with me everywhere anyway. Him and my mom.
Okay.
He's my manager, so he goes with me everywhere. Him and my mother. So
that's a blessing.
I love that. My relationship with them is great. My relationship with my church family is amazing. I miss them when I'm gone, and they miss me when I'm gone. So when we come back, it's just one big happy family. Of course, I go. My pastor is my grandma, so we go spend time with her at her house and all that good stuff. So everything is normal.
Well, okay. Says normal for you. No, sometimes there's a gap between the music and the ministry for others. I guess yours is, like you say, is normal. Because it's grandma. You don't have to go through that. That's a blessing. That really is.
Right.
That's a blessing. Well, because,
she definitely understands.
Yeah, trying to, I guess you get to spend time with your leaders. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. So is there anything that you want to say to the youth?
Okay, I just want to say to you ladies and gentlemen, young ladies and young men, just because you're young doesn't mean that you have to be out here acting any kind of way. 1 Timothy 4:13, I believe, around that. Is it the first thing or the second thing? Don't let anyone despise you of your youth. Just because you're young, that doesn't mean that you haven't been chosen or called to do something or walk in your gift. I wrote a song on my last album called Believe, and it simply says, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, but as long as you put your mind to it, you can achieve it, you can receive it, but first you have to believe it. So I want to encourage all of my young people to believe in yourself. Make sure you have a relationship with God. That's what's important first. Put Him ahead of everything you do. Spend time with Him. Make sure you have a prayer time, meditation time. It's very important for us, even as young people and older people as well, to build our relationship with God so we can walk on the right path and walk on in our purpose that He has just for us, and so we can receive the promises and the blessings of God. And even though when we do walk on the God path, on the right path, the path of righteousness, it may get hard, but it's promised to us that hard times won't last always. My grandma always tells me, she says, tough times end and tough people win. And with God, you will win. But if you're not with Him and if you don't have that relationship with Him and you're not allowing Him to be in your life, your hard times will last always until you realize that you need God in your life. So I encourage all my young people, like I said, get your relationship with God first. You know what you want to do in life. Write your visions down. Make it plain. Write it on a sheet of paper. Write your goals down. And don't just write them down, but work towards accomplishing them. Work towards achieving your goals and work towards finishing what you set out to do. Don't follow the wrong crowd. You don't have to follow people. Be a leader. Be strong-minded. Ask God to give you strength. Ask God to give you a sound mind. Ask God to let your actions be wise, your speech be wise. Everything about you, ask Him to fill you up with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because even though you're young, you haven't experienced a lot. There's a lot of wise young people that I know. Even though they haven't experienced a lot of life yet, they're learning. And each day that goes by, they learn day by day by day by day by day. So I encourage all of my young people to finish school. If you're in high school, make sure you finish school. Strive to get your high school diploma. Listen to your parents. Obey your parents. Obey older adults who's older than you. And don't be afraid to take wise counsel, constructive criticism. Don't be afraid to take that, and don't try to, turn your back on it. But learn to listen. And, that's it. Just be good.
Yeah, that is awesome. And play some sports. Get involved in school, right?
Yeah, get involved. Get your health, stay healthy, and work out and all that good stuff.
I know that's right. So you played volleyball in school. My daughter was playing volleyball before, I think, when we had
I played volleyball for 8 years. I was a captain. I was on a step team. I was a captain of that. I told my nieces, they tried out for step team and they made a step team. Last year they were on the dance team. They're in middle school. They're twins. They're 12 years old. Yeah, they're 12. Right. 7th grade. I told them, I said, y'all don't just try out for the step team or just to be a part of it. Try out for the step team. Give it the best you got so you can be made captain. You just don't want to be a part of stuff, but if you're going to do something, give it the best you got. Go for the highest position that's there. And they listened to that advice, and one of my nieces, she's teaching the whole step team one of her steps that she made up. So I was like, see what I told y'all did it. And I really was on them. I said, because I was teaching them steps as well, so they could, try out with them. And they felt like they wanted to give it. I was like, this is hard. I was like, well, if you want to make it, if you want to be the best you can be, you're going to have to suck it up and do it. And so they did. They took my advice, and they made a step team. They were so happy they came in my room. I can't we made the step table. I said, see, I told you.
That's
like,
good.
Yeah.
And it's rewarding, right?
Yes, it sure is.
It is definitely rewarding. And so you want to go out and get Ruth La Ontra's CD, So Good. Talk a little bit about So Good. I love that song. I do.
So Good was also one of the songs I wrote when my aunt had passed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was just saying, it was a conversation between me and God. And at that time, I was trying to figure out a title that I wanted to have on my album. And I was just sitting in my room. I was sitting somewhere in the house one day, and I was just having a conversation with the Lord, and he was asking me, how does it feel to know that I love you? How does it feel to know that I protect you and take care of you and everything? How does it feel to know that you're my child? And I was just responding, it feels good. So I just started singing along with it, and that's how So Good came about.
Tell them where they can get your information. Where they can? Oh, you already told them your website. You have a website?
Yes, www. I'm working on my own personal website that should be out really, really soon. But the website that you can reach me, or if you want to get into your city or get into any event that you have going on, www.alj-agency.com, www.alj-agency.com, or you can call 910-988-4614.
All right, there you have it. We're gonna play a little bit of Ruth La Ontra, So Good. All right, y'all keep it locked right here.
How does it feel to know that I care? How does it feel to know that I'll always be there? How does it feel to know that I'll hold you when times are hard and when you go through? How does it feel to know you won't be in it alone? It feels good to me. 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 How does it feel to always be happy? How does it feel to keep a smile? How does it feel to have people ask why you don't ever frown? How does it feel to always have plenty? How does it feel to never go without? How does it feel? How does it feel being my child? So
Yes, yes, yes. God is so good. He's so good. And my God, he's good to me as well, Ruth. That's awesome. I like that song.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, he is good. And to me, that's well, I ain't heard all your music, but I love your music anyway. But I definitely like that song. Well, hey, listening audience, there you have it, Miss Ruth La Ontra herself. She's getting ready to go out December the 6th. She wants you to join her in Selma, Alabama, for the Youth Prayer March.
Yes, the Youth Prayer March happens December 6th in Selma, Alabama. Y'all, you do not want to miss it. Be there. It's going down. Myself, Dietrich Haddon, Todd Delaney, Clarita Haddon, Shay Taylor, we're all going to be there, and I'm just excited about what God is going to do and how he's going to move on that day in our youth and adults as well. So don't miss it. Again, December 6th in Selma, Alabama. You can follow us on all of our social media sites because we have the flyers posted. We'll be posting that until December 6th. Or knowing the day of December 6th, we'll still be posting and give you all the details, all the times, and the locations, all that good stuff. So be there, December 6th, Selma, Alabama.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Well, I tell you what, you all have an awesome time in Selma. Have an awesome time in Selma. And we're going to get ready to go out with a song here. We got Maurice Griffin, Believer. Hey, Ruth, thanks so much for your time and all your kingdom sacrifices. We appreciate you so much. Love you.
Thank you. Love you, too.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace.
Didn't know what it felt like to be found. From the past, from the hurt, from everyone. Wrapped in pain, filled with sin. Couldn't see myself, but others did. When people tried to help me out, I rejected their love, I fell and doubt. But somewhere, somehow, I found peace through a man named Jesus Christ the King. Now I believe I'm found. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Oh, I believe. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I believe. I heard his name in the air. Better yet, I heard him everywhere. Didn't care to know what he could do. Busy doing me, being a fool. Until one day I got sick and dreary, scared to call upon his name, 'cause I wasn't worthy, no. But somehow, somewhere I found peace through a man named Jesus Christ the King. And now I believe I'm found. Ooh, I'm a believer. Yeah.